let's talk about monogamy. Now, monogamy in the Oxford Dictionary is defined as the state of being with or the practice of marrying one partner at a time. Now, in Jamaican culture, monogamy is the standard. Or is it? Let's explore. I am Shelly-Ann Weeks, author, activist, Jamaican, and welcome to Big People Business. Big People Business is a space where we talk about controversial issues and we talk about topics specifically geared towards helping grown folks navigate through life and have healthier relationships. Of course, we are going to be talking about things that are not necessarily considered for children. So ensure that you're 18 years and older when you are listening and that you're mature enough to participate. We welcome all your comments, but we expect everybody to be treated with respect in this space because we are big people and this is how we handle our business. Now let's get into the conversation about monogamy. Most of us grew up in an environment where we are taught that the ideal relationship is one where boy meets girl, man meets woman, they date, they court, they get to know each other, and they eventually make a long-term commitment, aka get married to each other, have beautiful children, maybe get a pet, get a nice house with a pretty picket fence, and live happily ever after. Yes, we all saw that movie. When the reality is, marriage is not necessarily something that a lot of people are aspiring to. And if you look at the figures, it's something that is actually decreasing in this time. Let me tell you what is happening. Taking a look at the marriage rate over the last few years, Statistical Institute of Jamaica has reported that between 2009 and 2018, marriage rate has decreased 23%. Do you know what else? The divorce rate is going up. Yes, yes. If you take a look at the divorce rate, in 2019, 3,934 divorce petitions were submitted, compared to 4,381 that was submitted in 2021. That's a whopping increase of 18.7%. And at the rate that divorces are being granted, the divorces are being granted, we're seeing an increase in that as well. Because compared to 2014, there were 1,744 divorces, and in 2018, there were 3,402 divorces. That's almost double. So based on this trajectory, couples who are not getting married as often and more married couples are getting divorced. And of course, we know in Jamaican culture, you do have some relationships that have expired a long time, but are still on the books as being married. So this number, I'm sure, is underrepresented. Yes. Another thing that is making monogamy a challenge for us is that, come on, if we're going to have a serious conversation about Jamaican relationships, then we've got to go to the bakery. Yes, yes, bun is a thing. Oh, come on, you know how it is. We have bun for breakfast, bun for lunch, bun for dessert, bun as a snack, bun all year round. Bun is bun, bun fi bun. And for those who are not Jamaican, who are not familiar with the term bun, bun is Jamaican's way, Jamaican vernacular for cheating. Yes, cheating is so much a part of Jamaican relationships that it is assumed. As a matter of fact, I find myself in situations and conversations where persons, women especially, are talking about the hypothetical situation where their partner might cheat on them and how they will handle it. Newsflash for a lot of your cheaters, if in case you don't know, they're planning to stay with you because they're not going to ruin their relationship because you cheated. That's what they said. I personally don't agree, but hey, we're going to do whatever we need to do in our own relationships, right? So, back to the conversation about monogamy. Another reality that we must consider as well is the fact that the most popular family unit in Jamaica is the single mother family. That's just what it is. Mommy living at home with her children. So if we look at monogamy and the way how we have been handling ourselves, it appears that we are having a challenge executing monogamy. Wouldn't you agree? I think so. Which brings me to the question, if we are having such a challenge with monogamy, will we consider another option? I mean, I know a lot of men who will welcome the opportunity to have sex with multiple partners. I mean, I did just talk about one. But when it comes to being committed to multiple partners, I really don't think they're up to it, because that would mean they have to multitask, and it's not something they're very good at. Or is it? Let us consider the pros and cons of maybe entertaining a polygamous relationship. And just so that we are clear, I'm not just talking about some dude having two women. There are different variations of polygamy. Entertain them all in your brain. Right now, we're just going to talk about the pros and the cons. Honestly, I am a fan of polygamous relationships. I've never actually been in one. Well, rephrase, I've never actually been in one that I know of. But I think that there are some merits to being a polygamous relationships. And in doing this research, I mean, there are some things I knew before, but I'm finding out that there are a lot more things that you probably should consider. Thing number one, when you have a polygamous relationship, you get a built-in community. Yes, I said it. And anybody who knows me know I'm a fan of community, because if it's 3 or more of you in the relationship, then right away you have more skills, more persons, more heads, more abilities, more resources to take care of the unit altogether. I mean, just think about it. If in this tupular, fuppular, fickle, you have children, that's more people to take care of the kids. If in this chupular, fuppular, fickle, you have 5 people working or 4 people working, or even most of the people them working, hello, that's more income. And with this economy, hello, every makel make a muckle. I am not kidding about that, because right now I wouldn't even mind getting somebody to come fuckle up my light bill, because I don't know what's going on. But I digress. I'm just saying that if adults come together and decide to put their resources together in order to make sure that the unit is supported and taken care of, that don't sound like a bad thing to me. That actually sounds pretty good. The problem is, we're getting to the cons part. The cons of the polygamous relationship is that this relationship requires a level of maturity that a lot of people are simply not capable of. I mean, think about it. Because we have so many people, we have to think about stress management, conflict resolution, time management, ensuring that everybody's needs are met, ensuring that communication happens. And if right now with monogamy 2 people can't communicate, what going on when it's a crowd? I mean, come on, that might be a challenge. But I really do think that if we are going to be honest about relationships and honest about what it is that we expect in relationships, we probably should entertain doing something more than monogamy, because obviously this ain't working as well as it should be. I mean, listen, I don't want to give the impression that I don't think monogamy is a good thing. I think monogamy can be awesome. If you choose monogamy, I think that is something that can bring you a lot of support and make your life more fulfilled. And it's always good to just have somebody where you can vibes with, you know, somebody where you like and you can touch each other. And so, yes, I like that about monogamy. But I also recognize that if it is that people have an issue staying committed to one person, then there are options, and they should look at all the options in a real way so that they can find the thing that best suits their life and what works best for them. It only makes sense. So now that we have explored the pros and cons of polygamy, let us just look at some of the ways that we can improve our monogamous relationships. Now, the first thing for me is, I think that a lot of couples go in blind with a lot of assumptions being made. So rule number 1, and this is rules from Shelly-Ann, you can do with it what you will. But for me, if you're going to choose monogamy, I think you need to do these 5 things. Number 1, you need to state what you desire from this person. What are your expectations? Make it clear. Ensure that they know at the end of the day that this is what you require, and you should also know what you are bringing to the relationship. Yes, you heard what I said, because some of you know just over here, so if it take we're in a relationship and not put nothing in there now. But it is a push and pull. You put something in, you take something out. So yes, you need to inquire from your partner, let them know, tell them what it is that you expect of them, but you should also state what it is that you are bringing to the union. That is absolutely paramount. That is where you're supposed to start. So nobody not have no misunderstandings, you know, off the bat right away what's going on. The second thing is, and I think this is something that we don't talk enough about, because I hear people making all sorts of rules about who woman should be and who men should be. I think you should just be your damn self. Be authentic. Step into the relationship 100% you. Because I've seen it so many times. When them just meet and on a frighten from one another. I see my girlfriends get themselves in this kind of problem all the time. They get up a morning and roast all breadfruit, need dumpling, make nice fried dumpling, and so pick out ackee and make ackee and saltfish and these kind of things, and over here start eat some nice food and say, but Lord, then that's something I can't eat permanently. Then I don't want a nice lady in my life to cook me some nice food and me feel good. Oh gosh, you know they said the way to a man's heart is stream stomach. Yes. And then as soon as in marriage to her, she stop roast breadfruit and she don't need flour anymore because she can't get no flour in the ring and so. And he's like, but this is not, I thought I was going to get breakfast every morning. And she say, no sir, I don't roast breadfruit after marriage. You need to go get yourself some breakfast at one of those nice places that sell it every morning. I'm just saying, be yourself. If you don't have any intention of getting up every morning and make breakfast, roast breadfruit and so, do not offer it as an option. That is a wrong advertisement, personally. Similarly, gentlemen, some of you love coming at the relationship hot and you know so she like things and fling all of the things that she like pan her. You know go all bout with her. You know so she like to go out this kind of place. You know so she into certain kind of food. You know so she like certain kind of books, and you just indulge her for the first 3 months when it's new and you're excited, and after that, when you get seasoned, when you get her, when she say, all right, I am doing this, you turn off the pipe, dry up pan the young lady. And now she's like, so sir, then what did happen to all of them nice things? What did happen to all the flowers giving and the dating and those kind of things? I said, but I don't need to do that anymore. I got you. I had to do that to get you, but I got you now. What's the problem? The problem is, sir, that you advertised a package. And if that is not what was in the package, you should not have offered it to begin with. All I'm saying is, be yourself. All right? The next thing that you must do, and I probably just said it earlier, but I'm gonna just reiterate it very, very clearly so you don't have no misunderstanding. You must communicate. If you have a problem with something, you have to say it. If there is something you're not clear about, you need to ask the questions. If it's something that you desire, you need to say it. I know some women, their birthday should be a national holiday because I saw them feel. When it's their birthday, they want everybody to stop what they're doing and pay them all the attention because it's their birthday. If that is who you are, your partner can't find out about that from social media. They should know that up front from day one. Say, listen, you see, for my birthday, I need you to make a big deal. This should be something that is stated clear. Don't leave them to pick up no hints. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm not a fan of hints at all. Personally, I just think that, listen, I will not only tell you what, I'll tell you where it's sell and how much feet. Matter of fact, I'll put up the link. Matter of fact, just give me the call, me pay feet. And me tell them to wrap it and put your name on it, say from you. But I am not going to drop any hints. I'm not a very good hint dropper, and I don't want to leave it up to chance make you try to figure out the hint, because sometimes that just don't work, and I'm going to find that annoying. So I believe in stating what you desire. Yes. So that is something that you need to communicate from early. Let the person know what is going on. And then we have the persons who they're talking to people, they're talking to their partner, and they find out, say, listen, I didn't like the way you talked to me about something. But rather than saying that, them just start being silent. and start the passive aggressive, something there, and then the person says something and them slam the door and no communication is happening. My point is communicate. Okay, this is a big one for me. Keep your word. If you're going to choose monogamy, keep your word. It means that if you say this is who you are and this is what you're about, that is what I'm going to expect from you. Don't show me this and it's really that you mean. Let me value and believe you when you say something to me, because that is your only option. If I cannot trust what you say to me, we cannot be in a relationship. And if you cannot trust your partner, then you already have a challenge, because this is a hallmark of a healthy relationship, is your ability to trust your partner's word. Keep your word. Be trustworthy, right? And this is the final thing I'm going to add to this. If monogamy is not your thing, leave it alone. If you know that secretly you'd really want to be a part of a couple or a triple or a fipple or a fipple or a tenple, then go and try to find a group that you can join. Leave monogamous people alone, because some people are genuinely trying to find somebody to share their life and space and energy with. And if that is not you, step away. Do not use anybody as a space filler. Do not act as if you're interested in being a monogamous person, even though you're not. And I know you have some man, some Jamaican man right now, where have 4 or 5 women thinking that they are the one. Each of them individually think they are the one and only for him. Sir, stop it. You heard me. Behave yourself. Okay. So, at the end of the day, a very, very strong argument. A very, very strong argument can be made against monogamy. A very strong argument can be made for us to just give up and just consider another form of relationship. And the truth is, just do whatever it is that makes you happy, and find other people who's willing to entertain such a lifestyle, who's also willing to be a part of your group. Ultimately, your happiness is something that you should definitely strive for, and you should find other people who will share in that happiness, right? But the commitment that you require if you want to be in a relationship is something that you really have to take seriously, because if you don't, then you put other people at risk based on your choices, and they shouldn't have to pay the consequences for things that you do because you're being reckless. So please consider the other persons who are involved with you and how your choices may affect them. Now, there's a very big cry about it. I hear people say all the while, good man hard fi find. So seriously, maybe a good man should be shared amongst good women. Hey, work it out amongst yourself, have a meeting, do a vote, whatever you want to do. Just ensure that everybody in the room is in agreement with what the plan is. All right? Now, it is very important that relationships satisfy your needs and wants. It is very important that you consent to what is happening in your relationship. And it is very important that you enjoy your relationship. Look here, other things around the world that if you stress you out already, you don't want your relationship to be a source of stress too. Personally, that's what I think. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna leave it there, because monogamy will have us talking all day. But I really just want us to be happy in our relationships and ensure that at the end of the day, you get exactly what you want, because it's all available out there for you. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Big People Business. I hope you found something useful in the conversation, and it is in fact a conversation. So put in the comments all of what you think. Let me know if you agree with me or if you disagree with me. Leave your comments below, and remember again, this is a non-judgmental space, but we expect everybody to be respectful. All right, thank you so much. See you next time when we talk about some other topic that will help us be our best selves and have healthier relationships. Remember to like, comment, and share, and definitely subscribe. Until next time, I am Shelly-Ann Weeks, author, activist, Jamaican. Later.